James, you and I have talked a lot, and we've talked a lot about your father, but I've never asked you how you feel about your dad today and how that relationship ended while he was alive.
Well, I didn't think about him much for a long, long time, but it's funny. And one of the problems I had when I was young, a young adult in my 20s, I was very selfish. I mean, you looked up selfish in the dictionary, my picture was on that page. I was a jerk. And it's the Ron Burgundy thing. You say, hey, man, I'm on television. I'm kind of a big deal. Big deal. My home smells of rich mahogany, and I have many leather-bound books and all this stuff.
I actually do have leather-bound
But some of my
books.
friends challenged me to pray a prayer, and it was open my eyes and open my ears to the needs of the people around me because they knew I was a jerk. And I woke up the next morning, and you know who was on my mind was my father. I was 37 years old. This was 30 years literally to the day after he walked out, 30 years. And I felt like I was supposed to go find him. And I didn't know if the guy was alive or dead. Didn't know anything about him. Nothing. And to make a long story short, we found out he was alive. And he was living in Alabama the whole time. I never knew it. I never knew he lived here, 30 years. And he lived near Huntsville. And me and a friend went up to find him. And at first, nobody knew him. And then finally, somebody said, oh, I know the guy. Go around the corner, second house on the right. We ran on the corner, second house on the right, knocked on the door. The door opened up. There he was. I was looking at my father for the first time in 30 years.
Did you recognize him?
No. The aging process had changed him so much.
Didn't look, right.
But I knew that it had to be him.
Right.
And it was not a good experience because he was drunk. My father had a condition called alcohol dementia. He had abused alcohol for so long, for so many years. Literally, he had so few brain cells working. It's like talking to this set back here. But I said what I needed to say. And the main thing was, I forgive you. I needed to say that. That set me free.
Good for you.
And I shared the gospel with him. I'm a Christian, and I believed I was there to share my faith. That's why I was there. And of course, he couldn't understand a word I was saying. He urinated in his yard 3 times while I was talking with him. The language he used was an abomination. I can't say anything he said here, but y'all ever seen Field of Dreams?
Oh, sure. A zillion times.
Man, at the end of that movie, I weep like an infant.
You wanted to throw the ball with him, didn't you?
Because I wanted to go back and have a catch with my dad.
Yeah.
And it'll never happen. He died soon after that of that condition. And nobody in the family wanted anything to do with him. And I had him cremated, took his ashes down to the family gravesite in Butler County and sprinkled the ashes on the grave. I don't know what to do. So, but I choose to look back on his life and again, I've had to learn how to be a dad. I've had to learn how to be a husband. And that's hard. Learning on the job, often that doesn't work out. And I've been blessed with a great family. I've been married for 44 years and we've raised 2 boys. But I look back on that and I just choose to learn the lessons of life about my father. Maybe I don't want to be like him. I don't want to go down that path. I've seen a lot of generational curses. But I wanted to throw that ball with him one time and it's never going to happen. Never.
Did he know who you were?
I don't know, Matt.
Hard
That's a
to tell
good question.
he was
It was
drunk?
really hard to tell. He was very, very intoxicated, and what he called me, the first thing he called me was I can't say it. I mean, I just can't say it. But I'm thinking, this is your son. Do you even know who I am? And I don't know. I'm hoping that he didn't know who I was by the way he talked to me that day.
But in turn, that helped you be a better father.
Right. Right. I've seen so many families where there's a generational curse where alcoholic goes down through the generations. And goodness, my middle name is Mistake, but I don't want to be like him. And I think that's helped me. But I do. Let me just say this too about before we stopped talking about him. Before he left, he took me places. And one of the things that happened when I saw him for the first time in 30 years, some memories came back to me. He took me fishing in Georgiana. You guys don't know where that is. I do. Maybe he loved me. He never told me he did. I don't know. But maybe he did. He took me to the circus, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus at Garrett Coliseum in Montgomery when I was in first grade. Maybe he loved me. And so I choose to keep those memories of him instead of the final things.
Do you ever wonder why he left?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you ask him?
Well, when I saw him, he was just totally drunk. But what most children think it's their fault. And again, I do children's ministry and have for a long time. I I just love doing children's ministry. I'd be a third grade science teacher if I didn't do this for a living. But when a parent walks out cold, like my father did, most children think it's their fault. It was something that they did. And I did play that blame game for a little bit as a child. And it puts a child in a very bad position. And 99% of the time, the child's got nothing to do with it. They was going to leave anyway. Mm-hmm. And so I had to kind of cleanse myself of that when I was young, but that didn't linger for long. And I don't know why he left. I'll find out at another place at another time.